I find that the world has moved increasingly against me, but I don't think that's a ubiquitous statement from me. I think I have had very fortunate times in my life. The issue, I think, broadly is that there are people like me, and then they're also pushed down. So it's this struggle which exists on an individual level that we don't realize other individuals also have. And it's against the same enemy, which is this cultural degeneracy, which is cruel in its randomness. Because whenever the cultural mechanisms are absolutely clear that they do not matter, they are random, they are simply who makes the most noise, then it makes the decent people scared to act in any way at all. And I don't think I'm a good person or a great person. I try to be, but I think I'm a decent person. I put in effort because I love my country. And now everything else about me could be flawed, but that is the one truth that drives my conscience, serving my country in the material and then serving my Lord in the spiritual. Now, I am actually a very flexible person as well, but I think this comes with a bit of a tough streak, as in, I do think you need to project a tough exterior in order to be something, a building that can stand. However, that does not excuse the current degenerates' behaviour, which is barbaric in its nonsense. It is cruel in that they will speak kindly to your face and then speak ill of you behind your back. They will claim they are there to help, whereas in reality they are grifters there to take from you. And the exploitation comes not because we are easy to manipulate, but because they are too nice to be true. And I think that's the real sticking point in this, in all of this. And we need, however small it may be, look, I think that 5% of the population could be right versus 95% wrong. I think, although there are issues obviously where there's 1% that are just fucking loony and everyone else disagrees. All I'm saying is that doesn't matter. But now I do think that the 5% who are underdogs, because that's what I know it's a silly term, but that's the part of Irish culture. Is we love the underdog. We love Braveheart now, don't we? But the underdogs, as in the downtrodden, culturally marginalised because they said the right thing, and what I call the high level producers. There are those who produce crap, there are those who produce filth, and there are those who actually put hard work into their products. They put thought into the levels of production. They reach some, but they don't reach all because they're not as good as the McDonald's of the world. They're not as good as the Doves of the world. And this is also an objective. If you want to make man better, or man or woman, if you want to make man or woman better, you have to make what he or she produces more substantial. You have to separate it from the market for just a second and keep it in their individual conscious. And these are all very important objectives that I think are tenable. I've not laid out a single philosophical dilemma here. I'm simply working within a decent level of material range. Now, that doesn't mean it's not philosophically worth it. I think common sense things we need to take on board and then look at a philosophical perspective